Hi guys, Amber here. Welcome to In Conversation with ATF. Right now, we're in a heat wave here in England. It's about 36 degrees. Well, I would say it's about 45 degrees in my bedroom because it literally feels like a sauna right now. But oh well. My guess.
I know what that is. I'm in America, but I'm believing that's pretty hot. To me, 36 degrees is freezing. So
yeah, we don't have aircon, so that's why it's hard for us.
No.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
British homes are designed to keep the heat in because it's made winter. That's more beneficial.
Of course, it's freezing all the time.
Yeah. So when it's a heat wave, we don't have aircon. It gets really hot. So yeah, everybody, this is my guest, Marcella Lentz-Pope. You may know her as the voice of Corrin in the Fire Emblem franchise, Tough Luck in Skylanders Trap Team, Carol in Trolls 2 World Tour, Ramsey in Disney Infinity 3.0, Vera in Superman vs. the Elite, and she's done multiple additional voices for stuff like Arcane, The Incredibles 2, Smurfs: The Lost Village, and
Legends.
Oh yeah, that as well.
Good in League of Legends.
League of Legends.
Please just go through all of my credits. This is fabulous. No, I'm joking.
Marcella is also the daughter of veteran voice actor Tony Pope, who we actually Okay, I'm gonna.
Goofy, if you can see that.
He was Goofy, for a short time.
He was Goofy for 12 years at Disney, and he would like one of the big things. If you ever heard of Sport Goofy and Soccer Mania and all that stuff. Which is what that game is. That was my dad. So.
Oh, and I think we lost him way too soon because I looked up at when he died and I was just.
Yes, I was 15, and he was quite young and still had so much more stuff to have given us. So indeed. I hope to just fill an inch of his shoes if possible.
Yeah, of course, you're doing really well.
Very big, very big pound feet to fill.
Yeah, and I believe your mom's a voice actress as well.
Yeah, my mom does on camera and voice acting. My dad specifically just did voice acting, and my mom does everything: theater, on camera, voice acting. She's in Rick and Morty right now.
Oh wow.
Rick's Rick's grandmother, Morty's I can't remember. But yeah. But she does a bunch of stuff. She's been narrating for The Simpsons for like 30 years, narrating for Bob's Burgers and stuff. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you were definitely born into the right shoes then. Or
yes, but like I got a lot of stuff to fill. Yeah. I'm very blessed and very grateful, but I have some they're very talented.
Yeah.
You gotta keep up.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, I want to start off by taking it back to the olden days. Now, I know before this interview we were discussing about a picture that you'd put on Instagram.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill. When was that taken?
Yes, so there's this picture of me on that I posted on my Instagram with me and Mark Hamill from when I was like 9, very young in the 90s.
Sticking at the bottom of the screen during the editing.
Somehow too, like we're matching, which is like adorable. I don't. Oh, you're gonna put the picture in?
Yeah.
I was like, where is it? I don't see it. And basically, my dad was working on a TV show that he was one of the regulars of. I believe it was Oliver Twist. They did this they did a cartoon version of Oliver Twist, and he played Charlie Bates, which was like a pig, and Oliver Twist was like a fox or a cat. Or something.
I managed to find it. I was going to say I would have put up.
There you go. I believe that's what he was working on. So he was Charlie Bates, which is like this pig in Oliver Twist. And Mark,
so I'll just put it here instead.
Oh, there you go. Hi. Yeah, look, we're like PC matching. Me little gray space. I was like so starstruck, but like shy, but like, he was so sweet. Mark Hamill was so sweet. But yeah, my dad was working on the show and Mark Hamill was guest starring for the day. So my dad took me out of school and was like, it was go to work with your dad to meet Luke Skywalker Day for me.
Meet the Joker.
Yeah, he found out like that Mark Hamill is guest starring on his show. Yeah, he's going to bring his dog.
What year was this? I can't find anything about Oliver Twist. What year was this, would you say?
I mean, if I was like, it had to have been around 1996,
So
1999.
that was around the time the new Batman adventures started.
Yes, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
It may have just been one season. I don't remember. I mean, this is the thing. My dad did a lot of animation and a lot of anime.
He took over from Eric Idle as the voice of Wreck-Gar in Transformers, the new one.
Yes, he did. Yeah, God,
You went all British though when you said yes, he did. I was like, you sound.
Yes, he did. I do remember that. I remember that bit. He was great. He was really great. Yeah, no, he's done so much work. So like, it's hard to keep track of everything, but I think that's what it was at the time. But yeah, Mark Hamill was wonderful, and I treasure it. Yeah.
Oh, that's such a lovely memory to have, indeed.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. My dad definitely was getting points for being the coolest dad that day. That was like, oh yeah, I'm pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't mind me asking, I mean, we can pass on this question if you want, but like,
absolutely,
you were only 15 when your dad passed away. What was it like for you to lose your father at such a young age? Because I'm 18 now, so I would have been younger. So what was it like for you? Was it hard? Of course, it was hard. Of course, what was I saying?
Yes, it was extremely hard. It was extremely difficult. It is the most surreal experience that you could have, of like the person who's there every day to just not be there. It feels like you're in an alternate reality.
Yeah.
There's still times where I'm thinking of him, or like, oh, dad. And it's weird, but like it's just a really weird, surreal feeling that is just horrifying and terrifying. And my world changed immediately from that point on. It just like that date, and then I was automatically an adult from that point on. Like my childhood ended when he died. But yeah, it was a lot. I was a sophomore in high school, I think, for 10th grade. But yeah, it was extremely difficult. It was, yeah, too soon.
Yeah, I agree. I offer my condolences and my apologies for your loss. Even if it was,
at least I get to hear his voice everywhere all the time, so that is very comforting.
I mean, 18 years on, I was gonna say, even if it's 18 years on, it must still be hard for you. Nearly 20 years.
Oh yeah. It I wouldn't necessarily gets better. Maybe it gets easier to handle. But it's all there.
That's what happens with grief, of course. And I've just looked up, and your father actually passed away the day before my birthday, and I mean, literally the day before I came out of my mother. Yes.
Oh my God.
I was born on the 12th of February 2004.
God. So you haven't been on the
I wasn't even on the planet when he was here.
At the same time as one another. That's
oh my God, that
crazy.
That made my heart sink.
Baby.
I was like,
oh my God, I feel so old.
Oh man. It made my heart sink, because I was like, oh, wow, just seeing all the things that he's done on his Wikipedia page now, just wow.
And that's like what you can find on IMDb and Wikipedia. It was before people were really keeping track of stuff.
Yeah.
That's honestly 25% of what he's done. Like there's so much there, because most anime, they don't, because it's non-union and stuff. Most anime, they do not put on Wikipedia or on IMDb.
Yeah.
So, and even that's today, even like most voice actors that you know, there is a bunch of stuff that they have done that is not on their pages. And my dad also went by another name, Anthony Mosdy. So for some anime stuff, a lot of
yes, I see here.
Yeah, they'll do that for other jobs. So yeah, so it was, it was before really the internet age.
Yeah.
I think it was like
people just dialing an AOL and MSN.
Yeah. I mean, like, you don't even remember, but you don't remember MySpace, but I think it was before MySpace.
No, I kind of do.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead. It was before the internet age. So a lot of the stuff that he did, like, it's not listed. Because I'll look at his page. I'm like, God, this, like, he did so much more. Where's all of this? Where's this? Where's that? And then some stuff that they don't often will credit voice actors for, which is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
A lot of work that we do that, for whatever reason, even if it's just a line here or there, they just don't include us in the credits, which is, but
yeah.
it's just part of what we do. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, yes, I surprisingly do remember MSN because we had a big family computer downstairs when I was about 3 years old.
MySpace or MSN?
Both. Because
I was talking
I'd
about
log on the computer every day. I mean, this was like before the YouTube Kids era, so this was like 2007. So this was before all these kids stuff was on YouTube and stuff like that. I mean, I'd be playing games on these kids TV channel websites, back in the days when you could actually, surf the internet and not use YouTube.
Back
YouTube
in the day,
full of home videos to send to people who live far away. And yeah, I would just always get pop-ups saying log into MSN, log into MySpace, because my older siblings use those websites a lot. Okay. So I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, so you remember some of it.
Yeah, of course I do. I like to talk about your roles now. I play Smash Brothers Ultimate, and I found out you were the voice of Corrin. Corrin, and I was like, it's recycled lines from previous Fire Emblem games. And I looked you up and I was like, Marcella Lentz-Pope. And then Dad, Tony Pope. I was like, oh, okay, she's definitely running in the family, definitely. So yeah, I was wondering, have you ever played Super Smash Brothers Ultimate? Have you ever played Fire Emblem before?
It's always really bad when someone asks me this. I have zero talent when it comes to technology of any kind. In video games, my fingers won't move, they won't do the things that need to be. I'm terrible. I've tried. I'm terrible. But I have friends who do play, and I'll go to their place and just watch and hang out while they're playing, which is kind of cool. And then they'll text me I'm playing, I'm you right now. And I'm like, that's cool. But no, I don't play myself. I'm so bad. It's embarrassing. I would like to be able to play, but even arcade games, when I go to the arcade, I stick to pinball. I'm cool. I can do that. But all the other stuff, I'm like, what? I don't know how to do. It's really difficult. But I love Corrin. And I loved that they used her for Super Smash. We did record separately for that. They weren't just using old recordings from Corrin. We had to go in for a completely separate session. Right. Which is good because that means they have to pay the actor. So yes, so I got another session, which is nice. Because there's a lot of times that they don't pay actors for things, which is really not cool. But Corrin, I've been voicing Corrin for, I was about to say 7 years, but I think it's more than that now. I think it might be closer to 10.
Wow.
I don't know. It was a while, and still, doing stuff for her. And I love Corrin so much. She just lives inside me. It's great. Corrin's great. All the stuff. I love Corrin.
Yeah, she's one of my.
To do some other Fire Emblem characters. I did Priscilla and Scarlet. Scarlet was the one that I really liked. Scarlet. She was kind of cool. God, which game was it? Because she was only in one game that I did, and they didn't bring her back for something else. And I was like, I like Scarlet. Was it Heroes? Shoot, I can't remember.
I don't know. I know nothing about Fire Emblem. I'm sorry to say that. I'm gonna upset a lot of people by saying that, but I only know Fire Emblem because of Super Smash Bros.
Hey, that's really cool. You gotta go with what you like.
Yeah, Corrin's one of my go-to characters. So, Corrin's one of my go-to characters on Ultimate. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
It's funny. Cam Clark, who voices male Corrin.
Male Corrin.
I've worked with him since I was a kid, and he's friends with my parents, and he he's worked with my dad and my mom, since forever, and I've worked with him on random projects, and it wasn't it was 4 or 5 years after I had voiced Corrin that I found out that he was doing male Corrin, because we record separately. A lot of times we don't know who the other actors are or anything. And then I found out that Cam was the male version. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Oh my God, I know him. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. So was male Corrin introduced in Fire Emblem, or was it brought in for Smash Brothers? How come they made a male and female version of the characters?
I don't know. I mean, I would assume it's for user interface, so that some users prefer being male and some female, and you get to choose.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not sure how.
But it's good with the gender neutral name like Corrin as well and stuff like that.
Yeah. yeah, they're both badass. But I'm not, that's a really good question. I'm not sure actually when they brought in male Corrin or was it male first or female? Who knows? I don't know. Or I don't know. I don't know the history of it. I should probably know the history of it.
If anyone out there knows about Fire Emblem, please comment. I want to be schooled.
I'm curious.
Me too.
But yeah, no, Fire Emblem is really fun. I love to be a part of that family. Very, very happy.
Oh, well, that's lovely to hear you say, definitely. And I will keep playing as Corrin and Smash.
I love that. Yay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Not even get me into Fire Emblem, to be fair. And also about Cam, I've been trying to get him on my show. I've tried to get all the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on my show. I've had Rob, I've had Townsend, I need to get Barry and Cam.
You talked to Rob, of course. Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Cam on my show. I know he did ask me to message him, and like, when you message a page on Facebook and the message is never delivered, it just says send for like months. It's been stuck on that.
If you're anything like me, I think I have a Facebook page. Last time I visited it, I believe was like 2-3 years ago.
I didn't even know you had Facebook, to be fair, until you just said.
I think I do. I mean, I used to, and I never like got rid of it. It's there in the ether somewhere, but I don't keep up with it. I'm much more on Instagram and TikTok. I just started a YouTube channel.
Oh, cool. I'll subscribe.
Kids, all you crazy kids.
What's the name? I'll subscribe.
It's my name. Marcella Lentz-Pope. But yeah, it's very new. I just made my YouTube channel.
Subscribed.
Adding my old videos that I've been doing on Instagram and TikTok and adding them on there, but I'll start doing some more stuff and things. But thank you.
You're welcome.
if you want to get in touch with me and things, either my website or Instagram.
Yeah. It says on the about section of your YouTube channel that you started voiceover work at the age of 8.
Yes.
So I'd like to know if that would have been about 1996.
96. I guess
around the time all the twists. Yeah. So what inspired you? Was it your dad? Was it your mum? Was it both?
So okay. I mean, listen, both my mom and my dad were actors. I grew up in a world, my dad would be bedtime stories. Every single character.
I've seen the photo on Instagram of him reading a bedtime story. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was just like, I grew up with accents and dialects and characters and impressions and just like, and voices. It was just like, to me, that was normal life. It was, it was normal for both my parents to be home when I got home from school. When I'd go to a friend's house and be like, oh, my dad's still at work. He's in a meeting and he won't get home until 9 o'clock. I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Sessions end at like 4 or 5. What are you talking? I couldn't comprehend that not everyone's parents were actors.
Yeah.
And so it was just, I guess it was just innate of me just growing up like that I also was doing accents very, very young and doing impressions very young and voices and just acting in general. And I was doing theater at school. And my parents always asked me like, oh, do you want to start, acting like on camera? And I kept being like, nope. And they wouldn't push me, of course, but I was curious with voices and voiceovers. And so when I was 8, and also with voiceovers, like they don't take you out of school. If you have an audition, all auditions are after school. The jobs are much easier.
Really?
Oh yeah. The jobs are much easier and short. Unlike, if I got a TV show where like, oh, I have to be on set all day long. If I got a job for radio or something, I might miss 2-3 hours of school, or they have it later on and I don't miss any school. So yeah, I started when I was 8 and my first job was an Acura commercial where it was a car commercial and I just like whisper, follow me. That was my first job. That's what I did. I just whisper, follow me.
When you're trying to advertise your Twitter, follow me.
Yeah. That's man, getting that in early. But yeah. And then, I just started doing other stuff. And then I started doing on camera when I was 12. So after a certain point, I then was like, all right, I want to start doing on camera. I want to start doing this. And this is what I want to do. But there was never a question that I wasn't going to be an actor. That's what I've always done. So what I've always wanted to do since I was like 4 years old. People ask me, what are you going to do? I'm going to be an actor. There was never any doubt in anyone's mind, let alone myself. I wish I had other talents, but this is pretty much it for me. This is all I can do. And I can barely do that some days. So, but yeah, so I started when I was 8, been doing this over 25 years.
Bloody hell. Wow.
It's longer than you've been alive, little one. Oh my God. I keep making myself feel older and older. But I'm so youthful. I'm so young.
It does make you happier. I've done a few voiceover roles myself.
Yeah.
Like professional ones. Yeah.
Great.
The first one I did was for a helicopter corner-operated ride.
Okay.
The second one I've just done is for a theme park ride, and I've voiced 2 characters for that.
Oh wow, you did a theme park. That's awesome. That's very cool. My dad did some stuff for Disneyland for some of their rides, and that is one of my big goals. Is I very much want to be a voice on a ride at Disneyland. I want to be able to do that like my dad. But yeah, that is I'm a big Disneyland nerd. I love Disneyland so much. And I would just love to be a voice on one of their rides, or more on all of the rides.
Yeah.
Like Jim Cummings is like on every single ride at Disneyland. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, and I presume you've obviously heard your dad on a lot of rides, and you just think it's like he's still there with you.
Yeah,
in the sweetest way.
His big thing is on the Alice in Wonderland ride at Disneyland, he voices the Cheshire Cat and King of Hearts. Yeah, it's really cool. So whenever I go to Disneyland, I always ride the Alice in Wonderland ride and hear him. It's really sweet. Yeah. Now, if you ever go, you'll have to listen out, and when you hear him, like, that's Tony Pope.
Yep. Of course I will. Of course I will. Still on the subject of your dad. So when you would go to recording sessions with your dad sometimes, obviously.
Yes. Oh, with both my parents. Yeah. After school, they would pick me up, and we would pretty much go straight to an audition or work.
Wow.
Or what. During summer vacations, I did not really go to. Well, I mean, there were a couple times I went to summer camp, but not really. So if both my parents were working, I would just be with one of them for the day. So I would just be in like, I would come to work with them and just like sit in a corner, sometimes be watching and paying attention. Other times just be reading my book, or just like completely just quiet, doing my own thing. Sometimes I would be in the booth with them while they're recording, just being quiet in the corner.
Wow.
Yeah. I grew up in recording studios and on sets. So yeah.
So aside from Mark Hamill, what other voice actors have you met? Have you met Frank Welker? Have you met Corey Burton? Have you met anyone along those lines?
Corey Burton and my dad were like best friends.
So
my dad, they had once a month. I think it was once a month. They had like a guys' night at Corey Burton's house. Get his haircut. He'd get his hair trimmed once a month, and then after the haircut, he'd go to Corey's. And my mom and I still to this day, I never know what they did, who knows what they were talking about, or playing games, or watch it, whatever. But yeah, they're just other voice actors, and they would just hang out, and it was like a fourth Thursday of every month or something. I can't remember, but yeah, no, I've met a lot of them, like especially as a kid, meeting a lot of them, and then later on as adult meeting a lot of them again, and like they know me and I'm like, I don't know you, like I've seen you when you were a little baby and all that. I'm like, I don't know you, but hi. That happens a lot. Or I'll be working and then like someone will find out, like one of the engineers will find out that that's my dad, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't realize I worked with your dad on this project. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool, and like now I'm working with you on this, like it's like there is a cool little tie around.
Yeah, it's like a big circle.
Yeah, but I mean, you name them, my parents were friends or knew them. Yeah, Paul Lighting is a very, very
Paul Lighting, he's brilliant.
His daughter and his wife and my mom were pregnant at the same time, and so his daughter grew up as best friends, and my dad and Paul.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah. Wow.
Saturday for game night. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Paul's great.
What about Frank Welker?
Frank Welker. Yes. I remember meeting him when I was younger. I haven't got the chance to work with him as an adult, but I do remember meeting him. It was something to do with Scooby-Doo, I believe. I was doing or something, but I do remember meeting him. like all of them. And I'm still like today about when you're a kid and they're just like, this is your parents' friends, you know, you're not thinking like who they are, especially like if they're not a famous face. It's, you know, you're not like, you know, meeting Julia Roberts where you recognize her. So until they kind of like do a voice, but even when they do a voice, you're not connecting it to like a celebrity. And now as me being a voice actor, and I'm a total geek with voice actors, if I were to meet them, I'd be like, oh my God, hi, oh my God, this is so cool, I love you so much, oh my God. But as a kid, you're just like, oh, my dad's friend, oh my God, hi, whatever. Oh, that's a good voice, yeah, my dad can do more too. Like, you know, you're just like a shit little kid. Yeah.
I mean, with me, I would go full out crazy. I mean, excuse me. I'm Kevin Conroy and Will Friedle. You can probably see the photos behind me, but oh man.
I don't know if I've ever met him. That's the thing. There's possible that there's some voice actors that I met, and
I'm not sure if your dad did Batman at all. Maybe
he did at some point. I mean, I know my dad had him, but like, yeah, he's awesome. He is awesome.
Yeah.
Me and Mark have just like, oh man, that is the series. But yeah.
Indeed, yeah. I'd like to talk to you. Oh, who's sorry, someone's messaging me. I need to talk about that. I'd like to talk to you now about, because obviously you then went on to do another DC related project, which is Superman versus the Elite.
Superman versus Elite.
What was that like?
That was a while ago. I played a couple I was Vera Black, a Brit.
Oh,
Vera Black, she was a Brit. She might have been from Yorkshire. I think
Yorkshire.
She might have been. God, I can't remember, but she was a Brit. And then I did a couple of different newscasters and whatnot throughout it, which was cool. Like,
I was just saying your meeting will end in 10 minutes. Zoom Pro, there's only 2 people in this meeting. What's it doing?
Oh, that's weird.
I know. I don't know why it's saying that. It's never done that before.
Well, that's okay. We got 10 minutes.
That's fine. Ignore how I said that. You know, nothing.
You can do it again, and you can edit it together. Edit this part out.
It's fine. I don't really edit a lot of the interviews. Yes, confession, but it's just everyone that gets the nice uncut stuff, apart from stuff that actually really does need to be cut out, where there is another one that I've just done, and afterwards they say, oh, could you cut out the part where we talk about such and such? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll cut that out. Everything else is fine.
Whoopsies, I wasn't allowed to talk about that. Can you cut that out? Right.
Yeah, well, they weren't people with NDAs. They were mentioning.
I'm sure you have enough talent to edit 2 videos together, so if we get cut off, you can edit something together.
In this heat wave, I hope. I can't work. I can't work when my room is like
girl, you have a podcast. I'm sure you know how you can do it.
I need to move this computer downstairs actually, but I had a laptop. Now it's just a big desktop computer. So I don't know, maybe. Well, I was gonna say 10 minutes. That's completely fine because I got another interview in 10 minutes. Okay, I will cut that bit out. Superman versus the Elite. Yeah. So you were from Yorkshire. I know a lot of people from.
I think I was. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was Cockney. I can't remember.
You say because
I can't remember. But yeah, she was a Brit. Oh, I can't hear you.
Because of the fan, or is it?
Oh no! I just couldn't hear you. You just got really quiet.
Oh right, because sometimes when I talk and then another person starts talking, I feel really bad for interrupting, so I go kind of quiet.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. So what did you say? I know what you said.
The helicopter ride I did, that was done by a Yorkshire company.
Oh really?
Leeds, yeah. And there's
Where are you from? I'm hearing a northern.
I'm from the northwest of England, near Liverpool.
Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Very cool. Very cool.
Indeed. Yeah. So yeah, I looked at the cast for that. That's because of course I had George Newbern as Superman and had people in it like Grady Lyle and many other folk like that. So I don't know if anyone
Ray and I used to have the same agent for a long time. So I would see her also as this isn't so much anymore, but back in the day, everyone would go into audition at your agency. It was before people really had home studios.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you were a huge voice actor who was like working all the time and like for something specific, like, you know, everyone on The Simpsons have had a home studio for a while, but like otherwise everyone you don't have a home studio. And so everybody would go into your agents and they would record your auditions there. And you would have a waiting room where all the actors are just waiting, all of the other actors at the agency. And that's where you'd get to know people and talk and like, oh, how are you? And catch up and all of that. It was actually a really nice time. And it was annoying driving into Hollywood or West Hollywood all the time in the middle of traffic. But it was great. It was a really nice time to be able to catch up and see other actors and whatnot. And then also just go into a booth, record, and your audition is going to sound really good. And then leave. But nowadays, when you get an audition, everything is recorded from home. Yeah. Even before the pandemic, like I would not go into my agency to record an audition. I would just record from my home studio. So, which is great. It's convenient, but at the same time, you don't necessarily get that camaraderie with the other actors. But yeah, Gray and I used to have the same agent, so I would see her at the agency and doing stuff. And I have a big crush on Gray. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. She's amazing. Her and Tara Strong and
love Tara, one of my closest friends. She's on my wardrobe.
She's just so freaking cool. I got to work with her on Smurfs Lost Village, which
was she in that?
Yeah, well, we all did a bunch of we did ADR for
ADR,
it. Yeah, and so it was just we actually worked 2 days. One day where there were boys, and then the next day it was just because it's mostly like, it's the Lost Village of all girl Smurfs. So it was just a day of all women, which was so much fun. I had never been on a set or, we were, on a big stage. I think there was Sony. I think it was
wow.
Sony. But we were in a big old, stage studio recording, and it was just women, and it was just like, it was a totally different vibe. And it's not, I love working with men, it was just a different experience. And it was just very cool to just like, wow, we're just all chicks here. Like, this is just, it's really kind of cool. And Tara was working, and it was just like, oh my God, it's Tara Strong. Oh my God. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I love her.
My final question is ADR the same as additional voices? Because I've heard it mentioned alongside, but I think it's completely
ADR,
different.
additional voices, looping, it's all the same.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. So just quickly, what was it like when you did Incredibles 2? Because I think I saw you in the credits for the additional voices.
Yeah, that was really fun. There's a couple little places in there that you can hear me. I have a line here or there. But that was really cool. That was like, I think I have a couple videos while we were recording that I was like,
I think Diamond White was a part of the ADR cast as well, which is really cool. Diamond White, she's a singer and she's a voice actress.
Yeah, she was. Who else? Fred Tatasciore. Who else was there?
Paul Lydon. Oh wait, no, he was Reflux. That was an additional voice.
Paul wasn't there on looping. Paul
he was an actual character.
Paul is usually he's in a lot of Pixar stuff. They usually bring him in for like little he's friends with the Pixar people, so they always like kind of have like one little part for him somewhere or whatnot. Yeah, he's great. Yeah, I remember seeing a superhero and like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Back in the days, it was like this ADR thing. It was usually Mickey McGowan followed by people like Bill Farmer or Bob Bergen or Paul Lydon or Teresa Gansel, Lorraine Newman, Jack Angel.
All these people I know and my parents have worked with. My parents worked with her for a while. My mom actually worked with me on Incredibles too.
And Roger Bumpus as well. Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was cool. We don't get to work with each other that often, but that was kind of fun.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah, they needed some old broad lady voices, so they bring in my mom. She's like, I can do more than old broads. But yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Marcella, it's been lovely to talk to you.
Thank you. It's been so nice to talk to you. I love talking about my dad. So anytime I get to talk about my dad, it makes me very happy.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that, because when I've spoken to children of voice actors in the past, I don't really tend to focus on their parents. I tend to focus it more on themselves.
For sure.
Unless I would possibly do an episode talking about you and then another one talking about their parents.
Yeah, no, I do have a career aside from my parents, and
yeah, of course. I just don't want it solely to be focused on. I want it to be shared, if you get what I mean.
for sure, yeah. But I have no problem talking for 45 minutes about my dad. I love it. So. Yeah, no. If anybody wants to talk about my dad, I will talk about my dad. So yeah, absolutely. Maybe if he was alive, it'd be different. I'd be like, listen, I don't want to talk about my freaking dad, but no, I love talking.
You can get himself on your podcast. You want to talk about, Marcella, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Marcella Lentz-Pope, on YouTube, same name, TikTok, same name, Twitter, don't do as much on there, but you can find me. But yeah, come say hi.
Wonderful. And I'm already on all those, so I'll come and say hi again. Thank you so much for watching this video. Go check out Marcella on all her social media pages. Stay safe, stay happy, and be kind to yourself, and we'll see you around. Bye.
Bye.
And cut.